This is mechanical energy during free fall lab. I'll have a golf ball, a meter stick, metal stand, and 2 photo gates. So on the side, here is the setup of this lab. Take a look at the steps, so be familiar with the whole instruction and the whole process of the lab. As you're looking at this equipment and this setup, probably that you can recall back in the few chapters in one-dimensional motion as the ball or the objects free falling. So this is a similar concept. 2 photo gates certain distance away from each other, as I'm going to drop through a golf ball between, and the photo gates which will tell me the velocity of it. So now this chapter is a little bit different because we talked through mechanical energy is total energy of the potential energy and the kinetic energy. So we're using the similar concept, similar setup, but try to apply with a different concept. First, I'm going to place the golf ball on the balance and then make sure it's not rolling around. I'll let it settle. As you can see from the screen, it is 45.27 grams. So keep that number and then record that into mass of the golf ball. Be aware it is in gram, but what we need is kilograms. So you need to convert the grams into kilograms. So first we need to take some measurement. After taking the measurement of the golf ball for the mass, now we're gonna take some measurement of the height. All the height we're talking about is relative to the tabletop. So putting a meter stick right by the setup, as you can tell, the first on the bottom is about 16 centimeters above the table, and the second sensor was about 40 centimeters above the table. Now think about, I'm talking about centimeters, but throughout the equation, we need to convert that into meters. So this is a setup. I do have a meter stick behind, so which can indicate the reading of the height. So what I'm going to try is dropping the ball at the end of the meter stick, so that indicates I'm dropping something a meter or 100 centimeters above the table. I'm going to do one trial and then I'll get the number data. I'm going to repeat this progress 3 other times, so that way it will give me 3 different readings, and I'll share that data with you for the first part 1. So at this moment, you should be able to find out what's the potential energy at the top, what's the kinetic energy at the top. By giving you the equation, think about what number you need to plug into the equation. Then, with you knowing what's the height of the sensor number 1 and height of the sensor number 2, you should also be able to calculate the potential energy there. Then reverse back to think about how can you get the kinetic energy there. Big hint is number 19 equation, mechanical energy initial is always equal to mechanical energy final. So you should be able to do that calculation on your own. And then after that, you should be able to find out what is the velocity at the sensor number 1 and number 2. I will give you the rest of the data, such as the velocity sensor number 1. I should have 3 readings for that, and also velocity sensor number 2. I have another 3 readings for that. Then you can finish data table 1. Data table number 2, most of the things are the same. I'm still going to choose to drop from 1 meter above the table, but the only thing that changed is the sensor height. Sensor number 1 will be 45 centimeters instead of last time was 40 centimeters above the table. Sensor number 2, I'm going to raise up to 25 centimeters above the table.